Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Lava Lava, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes, featuring veterans, the people, and cultures of the Pacific, and small businesses. I'm your host, Michael Tan. But before we get started, a quick reminder to our listeners to follow, subscribe, and leave a review if you enjoy the show. Now, let's jump straight into it. Today, we'll be talking with Dr. Stephen Oblad, a veteran, dentist, and owner of Millcreek Advanced Dental in Salt Lake City, Utah. Talofa and welcome, Stephen.
Thank you, Michael, for having me.
So, Stephen, can you tell us where you're from, where you grew up?
Yeah, I've actually lived all over the place. So I've lived on all sides of the country. I was born in Pennsylvania, lived in Oklahoma for a while, moved to Utah when I was 15, and then after Utah, I went to dental school in South Carolina. And then after that, I joined the military. So I lived all over with the military. 4 different locations: Vegas, Japan, Germany, and then Idaho after that. I got out of the military about 2 years ago. So I've been around the world.
So why a dentist? What made you want to become a dentist?
Well, I actually got interested in dentistry when I was a junior in high school. And you take these tests that are supposed to help you decide where you want to go. And I really liked creating and designing things. And dentistry kind of fell into that category. And there was a mix of science in there as well. I really love the idea of studying something to doctorate level. And dentistry fit well. So I started learning about dentistry and shadowing other dentists and going and interviewing dentists. And it became a very, very interesting field for me, and I decided then that it was something that I wanted to pursue. I didn't know, however, how cool dentistry actually was. I just thought, oh yeah, this is a good career at the time. And when I really started getting into learning about dentistry and knowing how expanded dentistry is, that's when I really fell in love with it and found that it was a great career for me.
Now, you went to university, right? College. And how was that transition? How was that transition to the military for you?
Yeah. So I did my undergrads at the University of Utah, and I started looking into the scholarship in the military. It's called the Health Professions Scholarship, HPSP, Health Professions Scholarship Program. And I started looking into it when I realized that dental school was going to be extremely expensive. But the thing that really turned me on to being interested in the military wasn't necessarily the money to pay for school, but it was that I had lived previously as a missionary for my church in Germany, and about 8 of the 24 months that I was over there was spent among military people. And so I got to live among people in the Army, Air Force, and really get to know them pretty well. And I realized that it was a good lifestyle. And they were great people, and I got to associate with them and realize how good they were. And so when I looked into the military to pay for school, I decided, I could really do this because the people that I know who've been associated with the military were amazing people. And even stands up now, having been in the military, knowing that, almost everybody I associated with was an excellent person in the military. And those relationships still stand strong, and I still have great conversations with most of them on a day-to-day basis.
Now, how long does it take an average person to become a dentist? How long is school?
Yeah, so dental school is about 4 years. There are a few schools in the nation that will do it in 3, but most of them don't. But it's now almost a requirement to get an undergraduate degree. So you're looking at about 4 years for undergraduate, at least, and then 4 years for dental school. And then there's a lot of different training programs beyond that. I went and did a residency that was an additional year of training called an advanced education in general dentistry. But there are other specialty residencies out there too, also that can span from 2 years to 6 years. And so if you want to do general dentistry without a residency, you can do it with 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of dental school. But if you want to specialize or get more further education in dentistry, it's going to add time to it. But that doesn't mean you can't get education outside as well, because there's always continuing education opportunities to help expand your field and knowledge and treatment capacities.
At American United, we help when others won't. If you're in Utah and need a second chance at banking, they've got your back. They offer everything from business to personal banking to online services, credit, coaching, and financial mentoring, and they do it all with lower fees, higher dividends, and exclusive member rewards.
American United takes pride in helping their members succeed. Whether you need an auto loan, a credit card, or a retirement account, they have the perfect fit for your lifestyle. Plus, they show their appreciation for our veterans with special VA programs for those who have served in the U.S. military. And here's something really special. American United is the proud title sponsor of the annual Pacific Island Veterans Day Dinner Gala, demonstrating their commitment to our community and our heroes.
So whether you're buying your first house or planning your retirement, let American United Federal Credit Union be there for you. They're all about celebrating life's achievements, big and small. Remember, we help when others won't. Visit amucu.org to learn more and become a member today.
Now, you've been in the military for quite a while. What lessons do you think you've taken and you applied it to your now civilian life?
Well, I think there's a lot of discipline that comes out of the military. The idea that the workday starts when I wake up and really doesn't end until I go to bed, I think is a big thing. Military had great educational opportunities for me. Like I said, I did a 1-year residency, but being in the military, I was able to continue that education beyond the residency. When I went to Japan, I spent many hours in the operating room in the hospital with the oral surgeons doing complex surgeries. So doing surgery for me is second nature. And I don't do those same surgeries that the oral surgeons do, but I've become quite expanded into surgical dentistry. And so the opportunity that I had to, like I said, to develop that discipline as a military member, but also expand myself as a dental provider was, I think, unmatched in where I could have gotten it elsewhere. I think I'm a much better dentist and provider because of my time in the Air Force.
And I just want to say thank you for your service, especially helping us service members with our teeth, because that's a very important part of our life, so that we don't have to struggle when in the military, especially us civilians that when we get out, we don't have that coverage anymore. But I want to say we really appreciate you as a dentist, and you continue to serve people and when you got out. So tell us about your business and what services you offer.
Yeah, so when I got out of the Air Force about 2 years ago, I bought a practice in Millcreek, Utah, and it was an older practice. The gentleman who owned it was very kind. His patients loved him, great guy. But I had to kind of modify the procedures that were done here. It was very basic. But what I brought in is I brought in everything from complex root canals to implant treatments to full mouth extractions, putting in implants and seating dentures on top of them. And I've brought in all these things to the population and been able to help a lot of the population get more complex treatment done. Rather than having to send a patient out to 3 or 4 or 5 different providers to get those treatments done, we've been able to keep those here, being able to provide all those treatments under one roof from one provider, where I know the quality that I'm doing and I can teach and educate patients. It's been an excellent experience to be able to do that and grow and learn how to build a business. But it's been most rewarding to be able to help people who are going to lose a tooth or are going to lose all their teeth, or don't have to lose a tooth, but they need somehow to fix it. And that's been really rewarding, because I think our mouth is, it really is the gateway to our overall health. I think of it as a fifth limb in our body, right? We have our arms that do a lot of pulling and lifting and function for us, and we have our legs that get us places. But none of those things work without nutrition, and that's where our mouth comes in. And getting proper nutrition and proper health is really important for a quality of life and a great lifestyle. And dentistry can offer that to people. The more healthy we are in our mouth, the more that translates to the rest of our body.
So say I wanted to find a dentist. What makes you unique and why should people choose your clinic?
Well, what makes me unique is that I can offer so much. I really strive to become a master in all that I do. And I know every dentist wants to be great at everything, and I can't think of a dentist who wouldn't want to do a good job, but I'm a very personable person. I get along with people very, very well, and I really strive to educate people. I think that is one thing that some dentists struggle with is if you show up at a dentist's office, they may sit down and they may have good intention for you, but if all they say is, hey, you need 2 crowns or you need 10 crowns, and they don't really explain to you why, that it's going to be a hard thing to swallow when somebody says that to you. Whereas I try to say, look, let's put all these pictures up in front of you. I want to teach you what the x-rays look like. I want to teach you what your mouth looks like and why you need these things. And I really strive to walk people through the reasoning for their treatment and why it's important for them rather than just saying, hey, I'm the doctor and this is what you need. So education from me is an extremely important way to build relationships with my patients.
So obviously your target audience are those who need dental services, but what are some of the biggest challenges you face so far as a business owner?
Well, some of the biggest challenges is that people do look at me as just another dentist. He's just another dentist. And it's difficult because dentistry is not a cheap field. It does cost money to do dentistry. It costs money to run a business, and quite a bit of money. And so the difficult side is to teach people that, no, I'm not just your average routine dentist. I can do lots of procedures that other routine dentists can't do. But the difficult thing is letting them know that I can't do it for free. If I send you out to a specialist, they're probably not going to talk to you about cost. They're probably not going to do that. They're going to say, hey, let's get that implant in, and all of a sudden you get a bill with a big amount of money. It's been difficult to learn that because also in the military, we don't do any money exchange. As you were in the military, you come in and say, hey, we got a cavity, or you need a crown, or we can fix this tooth, or that's got to go. We just did that. That's the procedure we did. And we did what was best that we could provide for you at the time. And we didn't have to talk about those economic exchanges. But it is difficult to bring that up to teach people that, yeah, I can't do this for free, but I can do amazing work for you and get you back to the most healthy position in your mouth that you can be. So that's been a difficult thing.
So what kind of community support do you need for your business to thrive?
Well, referrals. I think that I'm getting bombarded every day with emails saying, you need to get your business more online. We've seen your online presence. You have good reviews. We have so many good reviews. People seem to really like us, but referrals are really what helps a dental office boost. I can put up billboards. I can put out Facebook ads. I can put out all this and try to shotgun information out to people. But really the best quality people that we can get and the most or the best way to help people is to have people who are satisfied with us refer to us. People are most likely going to go to a dentist who their friend says is an excellent dentist. So if that word gets out that I can help people, especially people who listen to this podcast, I am thrilled to get people in here to help them. And then if they can spread the word, that is really the best way to get, patients helped. I think the biggest goal is to help as many people as I possibly can and affect their lives in a positive way through dentistry.
Are you a veteran, military member, law enforcement officer, hospital worker, or educator dreaming of owning your own home? Frontline Heroes is here to make that dream a reality. Their program is designed by a group of realtors, lenders, and escrow specialists who want to give back to those who served our communities. Here's how it works. Their realtors pledge to contribute 25% of their commission, while lenders chip in half a percentage towards closing costs and other fees associated with buying a house. It's their way of honoring your service and making home ownership more attainable. Contact Dan Taylor at 512-4200 to learn more and take the first step towards owning your own home. Frontline Heroes, turning dreams into keys.
Now, to our listeners, Millcreek Advanced Dental was a sponsor for our annual Pacific Island Veterans Day dinner last year. And I just want to say thank you very much, Dr. Oblad, for continuing to serve and honor our veteran community, especially here in Utah. We really appreciate, on behalf of Behind the Lava that we were able to basically feed the veterans and honor their legacy last year, and we appreciate your continued support. So what other, how do you give back to the community? Because I know a lot of businesses, they do things on the side.
Dentistry is a unique field in that we have many ways that we can give back to the community. We can sponsor things like, the Pacific Island Veterans Dinner that we sponsored last year, but we can also sponsor things that a lot of businesses can sponsor, like local high schools or local sporting clubs, teams, things like that. But dentistry is unique in that we can go and help people that are underserved and really improve their life. One organization that I'm trying to get involved in is about helping the underserved elderly population. And I haven't, unfortunately, been able to get involved with them just yet. But to be able to go over and help people who can't necessarily take care of themselves is a big, huge benefit to them. I've been on trips where we've gone to El Salvador and done free dental services. I've been on trips where we've gone to Honduras. I don't know if I'll be able to go to this one that I really want to go on this fall, to Tanzania, but I have friends who are trying to get me on this trip, and if I can make it, I'm going to go. But, we have a unique opportunity where we can not just give money, but we can go give a lifestyle. We can go get people out of pain. One of the most rewarding things that we can do is get people out of pain. Dental pain is miserable. And, just the other day, I had a gentleman come in, and he had swelling in his neck and in his mouth. He had a severe infection. And, fortunately, he's able to afford to get that taken care of. But there's lots of people who suffer from those kind of debilitating things who can't afford it. And so as a dentist, to be able to get out there in the community and help, it's one of my big goals in life, is to be able to give back in that fashion. And even though it's fun to say we went to El Salvador or Honduras or want to go to Tanzania, there's still a big need here in the local community as well, where people can benefit from good dental treatment.
Now, that's amazing. So what aspects of your role as a dentist do you enjoy the most?
There's a lot of facets in dentistry. Like I said, the dentistry is such a cool field. It's such an expanded field. You can make your practice as simple as just doing fillings in a crown to complex reconstructive surgery where you give people back an entire mouth. And those are some of the cool things. The expanse and the vast ability, or the vast amount of procedures you can do is awesome for me. But one of the most rewarding things is when I call somebody at the end of the day who came in pain, who came in with an infection, something that is just miserable, and you call them at the end of the day and they pick up the phone and they don't even sound like they're hurting at all. And that's really rewarding to know that we've been able to help people. Dentistry, people fear dentistry. People fear the discomfort and the pain that comes from dentistry, but to be able to get somebody out of dental pain far outweighs any time anybody says, I hate coming to the dentist. It's totally worth it when you help somebody in that fashion.
Now, how can people find you, or if you have any deals going on with your clinic?
Yeah, so we have a website, millcreekadvanceddental.com. And our phone number is 801-278-2826. And you can call anytime. We'd be happy to get anybody scheduled. As far as deals, we try to keep things reasonably priced. And sometimes we have some options where we have good deals on wisdom teeth extractions, or, some procedures where, come get an implant and we can run it for a bundled price and stuff like that. We try to offer some deals there. I currently don't have any listed deals, but anytime anybody calls up, we're happy to see them and see what we can do for them. Yeah, we're happy to see anybody who wants to come in and enjoy being my patient or not enjoy being my patient is welcome to come join me.
Yes, go check out Dr. Oblad and the team at the Millcreek Advanced Dental in Salt Lake City. Now, Stephen, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm really honored that you were able to join me today. I want to say thank you for your support and for your service to our community, especially here in Utah. Now, do you have any advice or any questions for me?
Michael, if I could give any advice, it'd be brush your teeth, right? It's so simple. But keeping your teeth clean makes such a big difference. And I see it all the time. I had a patient come in who she had impeccable hygiene, but unfortunately she learned too late that hygiene is what keeps your teeth healthy. That'd be my advice. Brush your teeth. But as far as a business owner, I'm happy to support, and I appreciate your support, Michael, and what you're doing to unify veterans. I've been to several veterans events since I got out of the military, just thinking that was a stint in my life where, it was over. But every time I come to a community that's knitted together by that history of being in the military, there's something you can't describe in words about the unity that you get from, those communities. And it's something special. Just keep doing what you're doing, because bringing people together is a big deal, Michael. Thank you for doing it.
I appreciate you. So, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Behind the Lava Lava. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow Behind the Lava Lava, drop a comment, and leave us a review. And make sure you go follow Millcreek Advanced Dental on their social media and contact them if you need dental services. Contact Dr. Stephen Oblad and the team. This is Michael Tan signing off. Tofa Soifua.
Working on my interests, it's who I am. I'm trying to make these digits look like EINs. When the help ain't free, you all help me. Salute to folks who turn their names to LLCs. The wealth is in itself to help a non-profit. To be better women or better men, whether business by veterans or common folks with a dream. We're all born with the same strength. We tread waters that were untouched. Let's be on the same wavelength. Behind the lava, front of our eyes. Let our legacy live off it when we're up in the sky. All signs point to us to help someone make a difference. With God as my witness, let's talk business.